So thanks. And I think I have permission to share my screen here. So hopefully that works. Um, and sorry I didn't do this earlier, but can everyone see that now?
Yes.
All right. It ended up being not too bad of a agenda anyway. So I would definitely will send this out after our meeting today, and uh, we can also send out the recording link. So for folks that can't make it today, I know again there's that Maui dinner for our recognizing the folks that have been instrumental to this relief effort in Lahaina. So for those that couldn't make it today, no worries. The recording and the agenda will be sent out. And I think mostly today was just going to be spent kind of sharing about Ryla and the upcoming things that are happening, and things are actually happening very quickly. It's already the end of October, if you can imagine, and so it's all going to be here sooner than you think. So, for folks that need help or need to find ways to get their kids over to Ryla, we'll talk a little bit about that here in a bit. But with that, the you know the agenda is up on the screen, but really no update on kind of the first few things. Everyone I think has their Interact Clubs advisors up to date. Just make sure to keep on that if you haven't already. I'm going to skip volunteer month. I'm going to go straight to HRYF. HRYF haven't heard if the applications are available yet. Naomi, are they available for 2024?
I haven't seen them. That
I,
usually you get them up in November, right? But we were
right.
Yeah.
supposed to have a meeting to talk about whether we wanted to change the criteria, not the criteria, but the purpose. So right now it's tuition only,
Uh-huh.
right? And so we were going to have some other um other people who have scholarship programs to see how they do it, and to see maybe if we could make it cost of attendance rather than tuition only.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
that'd be a great thing. A lot of schools give full tuition scholarship, but they don't actually pay for everything else. So would the students that do get full tuition scholarships be now eligible for the scholarships? Because before, if you got a full ride, you weren't able to take the HRYF scholarship, right? So that's an interesting question I think for HRYF to answer. But yeah, I'm our club's rep, so I'd be surprised if the applications went out and I didn't see it. So, but usually it's around this time. I do know that Steve is also trying to get a training together also for youth protection and all that stuff to go along with the HRIF training that they usually do. It's usually the training sometime in November. I haven't seen anything come out on that either. Have
mhm.
you, Naomi? Yeah, so maybe a little bit behind this year, but just be on the lookout in your inboxes for HRYF stuff. Usually around November is when things really start to kick into gear. You'll see the applications go out to the high schools. You'll see it publicized on the HRYF website, and then HRYF will hold a couple of trainings because it's not the simplest process, but it's not super difficult. It's not the simplest either. Every club needs to be ready to go with receiving applications as well as setting up their tracking and then looking to get to the interview sometime in February, right? So again, all this is going to happen pretty quickly. Uh, when it's ready, I will blast out the emails to all of you. I don't have anything to share right now, as I haven't even seen it myself. But please be ready to attend a training about the application process as well as the interview process, and there also will be a youth protection training for the interviewing process as well. So look for that information to come out as soon as HRYF has that ready. Um, any questions on HRYF then? If I know it hasn't come out, so hopefully everyone here seems like everyone here is probably pretty in tune with it. Um, that being said, I'm gonna let Rick here give a quick update on Ryla for Oahu, and then I will give a short, brief update on the other two islands that I know a little bit about. But go ahead, Rick.
Okay. So we're 116 days away from Ryla. You're right. It's going to come up fast. We did Saturday. We actually went. Ryan joined us. We had, how many people do you think we had there, Ryan? About 15?
Yeah, about 15 probably. Yeah.
We had a real fun crowd. So Camp Erdman, I maybe mentioned this. Actually, they've really been over backwards. They had staff with each of the sites to actually lead us through the different activities outside. When we went for our lunch, they actually even topped that in because they'd already made it for someone else. It was actually a pretty decent lunch. So we had a day at Camp Erdman to kind of just run through the course, and it does look like that's going to take the majority of Saturday. So we've got all kinds of speakers all lined up for Friday. It's just really exciting. I mentioned it here before, but along with the scholarship, our club is actually authorized a scholarship. I'm going to go to Cambodia and Vietnam and build some houses, and we're going to talk about it while we're there, all the details. So when we come back, yeah, Rotary Club of Honolulu, we're leaving on Friday actually for Cambodia. We're going to build 6 houses, and then we're going to float up the Mekong River Delta with 4 stops in Vietnam, and then fly back here. So it's a 2-week trip. But everybody I need to work with on the scholarship from our club and from our foundation is on this trip. So we've all agreed that we're going to sit and have beers, and we'll hash out what it's going to look like. The way I think it's going to be is seniors can apply, and what I've suggested, and we kind of authorized this on Saturday, is we're going to take the 4-way test speech that I was going to do with all the schools, but we're going to do it just with Ryla, with the seniors. And at the campfire, at the beginning of the campfire, the seniors that are going to do the 4-way test will do their 4-way test. To have folks like Lila Berg and Naomi, if you wanted to, you could be maybe one of the judges. Anybody here could be one of the judges. Come up at the beginning of the campfire. They'll do 5-minute speeches. Pretty much have taiko drums lined up. Taiko drums will do a little class. So I thought after the speeches, then taiko drums could do their thing. We have 4 of their kids from Pacific Buddhist Academy that are coming back. They'll be youth facilitators, and they're going to bring their drums and they're going to bring their sensei. And then I think Alex Kamano, I can't remember how to say his last name. One of our members, Kent Ranker, his nephew, is a singer that sings with Henry Capono. So he might come up and actually do some sing along also. So our campfire is going to be really quite remarkable. And then s'mores, and Nicole asked for more s'mores, so I guess we'll have a lot of s'mores. So it's really it's shaping up to be, I don't know, what do you think, Ryan? It has a really fun energy to this one. So real exciting. So at this point, we have 17 youth that have signed up. And the 17 youth that have signed up are just folks that are connected to me, or Tracy was just calling to Eva Beach, or Mililani or Kapolei, the clubs that are actually volunteering. And then we have a number, of course, it's Eva Beach, but my cousin is administrator, vice principal actually over at Joseph Campbell. We have 17 kids from people that I know. We don't have folks from folks that I don't know as well. And that may be you guys. And it really is, I don't want to do Naomi, I don't want to, and Ryan, I've been saying, I don't want to go out and recruit people and then have to come after folks to pay. I'd rather you guys select who you want to sponsor. We have room for 50 kids, and we can go more. We have all of Rotary Village. We have plenty of cabins that they're willing to let us use as long as we're paying for folks. I think at this point we have 5 of the Rotaract folks that volunteered last year aren't available this year. So we have at this point, we probably have about 15 volunteers. We could really use 20, and if we go over 50, we could use more. So that's 175 for each volunteer. And frankly, I don't care if the volunteer pays their way or if the club pays or how we do it. I see Eva Beaches. I just bought Tracy was just calling me because I just agreed to buy 10 tickets for Zippies. They're raising money for the volunteers. They already did a was it an auction that they did, Naomi? They had a whole auction thing at Tracy's place, and they raised money there as well. However you want to do it, up to you. But it's a huge opportunity for the youth. And I mean, we're all here as youth facilitators, so this is the choir. I would say youth are our future, and our vision, the folks that are volunteering, and as the committee, really is that we want to give it the opportunity to all youth to have a chance to come to do the Ryla. I'm just really touched by folks that I'm getting calls from people that want to present. I'm getting actually emails from youth that came last year saying their friends are going to come, that kind of stuff. I mean, the energy right now is really, really heightened around it. So it's just a real feel good. And frankly, the volunteers we have, they're just a blast. So we're all kids at heart. So it's real neat. So just spread the word. If you have kids that you want to sponsor, now's a really good time to sign up. We'd really probably like to have, and it never works out this way, but would love it if folks could be signed up, sponsored, and ready to go before the holidays, because we can already start meeting with them and kind of shaping it so when they come, they're ready to hit the ground running. Our trainings are going to try to have the speakers only speak for 20 minutes. Most of them were like going 45 minutes to an hour last time. And, you know, it's kind of funny at the time, everybody loved it and the feedback was really remarkable. But now as time has gone by, people are like, you know, we have shorter speakers. So we're going to try to go with shorter speakers and we'll have more breaks and more experiential stuff. Now, the sweet thing with Camp Erdman is there is so many outdoor things that we can do. It's very much an outdoor experience. So it's really, really remarkable. So Sunday, they're actually, Camp Erdman is throwing in the Odyssey course. They're not charging us the $1,000s that they do, but the whole 2.5-hour experience for 15 people, be it youth or volunteers. They're going to strap them in. They're going to teach them the safety, and they're going to do that. While they're doing that, those 15, the other 45 of us are going to be doing a marathon on the grounds right next to it. There's a whole series of stuff that Nicole and her team are just very creative with the games that they come up with. So like there's a water balloon volleyball that we'll be playing, you know, things like that that are just a blast. And what we're going to do different this year, they were actually calculating the money. This year, she's actually sent me, she's already got an Amazon connection to buy some play money. So we're going to really work with money. They're going to learn banking skills as well. And then Sunday we'll announce the award winner for the scholarship, be it 1, 2, or however many we're going to give away, and do the graduation. And then we'll have taiko drums and Alex will perform. And then they're actually going to throw in lunch as well, which we haven't had before. That saves Natasha and the volunteers time from putting together lunches to send on the bus with them. And the YMCA might actually be our drivers this year instead of the bus that we've been using, because they have small vans. Now, their problem, so they fit 14 in the van, and we may be able to get the youth up to Camp Erdman by 4 or 4:30 so we can start the program earlier than 7 o'clock at night, which would just be really nice. That'd be great, because we could get a lot of stuff out of the way and then have all day Saturday to be out, you know, playing and experientially learning and team building and all that stuff. So this year, instead of wearing them out mentally, we're going to wear them out physically. So it's really a rich opportunity. I'll stop there. I just say, just spread the word that now is a real good time for folks to be signing up. And if you want to volunteer and come, I guarantee you're going to have a blast. So join us. So that's it. Any questions? Oh, I'm available to speak also. And there's a young man that did our I think you know him, Ryan, but Jonah, who did our commencement speech last year. He's really eager to be speaking. So he's like anxious for him and I to get out there on the trail and come talk to some Rotaries about Ryla. He does a good job. And we usually have Nicole or Andrew from Rotaract so far. And maybe somebody else wants to join us. So we get a 3-way. You get Rotary, Rotaract, and Interact coming and talk about Rotary, so folks get to see, you know, hear the whole thing. And
Oh, you went on mute there, Rick.
oh, I wonder, I touched a button. But so we're anxious to kind of come out and promote as well. And so if clubs want to hear more about it, we certainly can do that, and they can hear what the $250 per person is going for. So
yeah, so I think it's, you know, that's great to offer. So anyone that wants to come to speak at their clubs or whatever, please, you know, try to do so. I mean, I think it's a bigger ask than last year, right? So that's the hard part.
Yeah.
It went from $100 to $250, but I think the kids are going to definitely see the value of that, and your clubs therefore will see the value of that increase. The YMCA has a really great facility over there at Camp Erdman. So, Rick, you're going to get another 6 from my club. hopefully
Okay.
3 from Roosevelt, 3 from Mid Pacific at least. Other
Fantastic.
clubs, hopefully you guys can start to send more, because right now, what I don't want to happen is we open it up to more kids that are all from the same schools that have already applied.
Yep.
Because some of the Pacific Buddhist Academy that jumped on the bandwagon early, and even Campbell that jumped up quickly, they have kids in waiting already, and we could open up to them, but I told Rick specifically to hold off for a little while to let each of our other clubs get their students registered here, because we really need I really want to see some diversity in this. So hopefully Dick, some folks from IAEA Pearl City can be there. Wes, from any of your clubs, Iolani, or other ones that are active. June from Mililani High School, please try to grab some from there. But it is October. What we're trying to avoid is this mad rush in January to find folks to fill that 50, and I think we can get to the 50 fairly easily, but it's going to take all the efforts from folks here in the call. So please support Rick, and also just one last plug, if you have extra funds, I know it's always a hard thing to ask for, but if you do have some additional funds, we do also need to sponsor the volunteers, because it does actually, cost some funds to the district to house and feed these volunteers. It's not a free thing. And so, if you do have some funds that you can sponsor some of the volunteers at a little less of a cost, the 175, that would be great. They get all that other stuff and the food. So, it does make the program that much better to have great volunteers. And so appreciate all the hard work that you are doing, Rick. Any questions then on Oahu, Ryla?
Can we have a flyer so we can send that to our Rotaract advisor?
I've sent it out a few times. You want me to send it again?
Yeah, I think I sent it out a couple of times too.
So we have 4 different flyers, so we could have a whole variety of, and then I have a QR code one also that says Ryla and promotes the scholarship. But there is on the flyer the QR code. Do you have it, Ryan, or you want me to send?
Okay, so
I will set e-blast it, Naomi. So I've been e-blasting it to the presidents and youth service chairs.
can we put it on the website?
Oh yeah, please.
Is it not on the website? It should be. But
I don't see it.
Oh, because Josh, I've sent it out to Conrad and Josh a couple times. You don't see it?
Not on the write-up page.
Well, that would explain why it's so slow. It says scholarship right on it. That's everyone that's held a scholarship jumped on it. Yeah, each of those schools that I know, they have 25 kids that would come, and I've told them they need to hold off. They know too. That diversity, really, frankly, you guys, that's really what jazzes the kids, because they meet people that they don't otherwise meet. And I have to tell you, when we did it online with COVID, they were really jacked up about just hanging out with online with kids from the other islands. I mean, neighbor islands. That was a huge sell. So it's neat. And what we do is, if you don't know, we split them up into ohanas, so 10 youth and 5 ohanas with youth facilitators. And youth facilitator is somebody that's already attended and is coming back for a second year. And we've agreed as a committee that if we get too many youth facilitators, they'll co-facilitate. So we'll have 2 facilitators if that's what ends up happening. We want to give them that opportunity. But that diversity, we mix it so the schools are all mixed. That's a very rich experience, because they've got to learn who each other is in order to accomplish everything that they're asked to do. So it's pretty cool. Did you find it, Ryan, or do you want me to send it?
I have them. I can send them over to Naomi. Are you the one the webmaster for Ryla Hawaii? Josh?
Nope. Yeah.
I'll get it to Josh then. I'll just I will remind Josh to post the flyers on the website.
You can see Conrad, CC Conrad, in case Josh is busy.
All right, sounds good. All right, any questions then? Other questions on Oahu, Ryla? Okay, Maui, Ryla. Everyone on Maui, the youth service chairs on Maui should have received the link to register for Maui, Ryla. I don't have the location, but I know Mary is planning it, and it is on the same dates as Oahu, Ryla, so February 16th to 18th. I guess, Jim, I'll ask you, do you know that the registration for Ryla on Maui is open?
I believe so, and I think it is being held at the Kihei Charter School.
Okay, good. So folks that are on Maui, and then again, I know not everyone's here. Obviously, they may be at the dinner. The registration link is active, so please work to go get students from your Maui Interact clubs to the Maui Raila. The Big Island Raila is also active, so anyone on the Big Island has access to the Big Island Raila registration, and I believe that went to Jen and all youth service chairs, and so Jen is kind of spearheading that one to Noi, and hopefully, as everyone has seen that, there is I think they are also going to try to get a flyer for Big Island together as well, but it also is active for Hawaii Island Raila as well. So if you are not here present at the meeting, but you're listening to this, please go ahead and reach out to me if you need those links. I will also kind of broadcast it as well, but it did also go to all of the youth service chairs, or should have gone to the youth service chairs as well.
Can I ask you, Jim, last year, was it at the charter school too?
It was, yes.
Okay, and the kids slept on the floor at the school?
I don't think they did. No, I don't think so.
Okay, so that's what I heard. Do they have beds at the school?
Not to my knowledge. I really, I'm not certain. I don't know.
Okay, so maybe Naomi, you and I need to have a side conversation with Mary on making sure that the kids have appropriate sleeping facilities. Sleeping bags in my day were fine, but people should just know that that's what they're signing up for. So, yeah. All right. So those are my two brief updates on the outer. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. It was really bad of me, but the Maui Raila and the Hawaii Island Raila. If you have any questions, that I can get them over to the planning chairs, but if you haven't seen that registration link, I do have it. So please email me, ryanc@g70.design, and I can also get that out to you. But I may do a e-blast here in a little bit to all of the different island chairs to make sure that they've seen those registration links. Any questions on the Railas then?
How did the junior Raila go?
Yeah, so I'm going to get to that right now. And Wes is on the call. I will also let Wes speak a little bit about it. I think it went very well. They had great facilitators, great program. At the end of the day, though, it was still, and this is kind of like senior Raila, it was just a challenge to get more participants. I think there was, it still needed to be some additional work to get some participants. I spread it throughout all my networks, but I'm not sure how many folks actually attended. I think that's, I think we're all busy, and that's the hard part, but it really it did need a little bit more oomph there in the final participation count, I think. But that's just my 2 cents. It's I think everything else though went very well. Great program as always. Great facilitators, past Rylands who attended, and just was able to I think it really does make a difference for these middle school students. And so Wes, do you want to add anything to that?
I think the curriculum this year was pretty spot on. Particularly, we had a lot of
Wes, you're breaking up a little bit, at least on my end.
As well as, but most of all is music.
He's frozen.
Just wondering
It
Wes,
maybe next year, yeah, unstable connection. Sorry, I'm far. Yeah,
That's
you guys
better,
are
but-
all me. But
Yeah,
anyway, I mean, junior as an in-person type of function.
yeah.
So am I frozen to everybody? But you guys are all frozen to me.
You're coming in a little broken up, Wes, so that's okay. I think and you dropped off there a little bit. I think his suggestion was to have a little bit of an in-person function, so I think that's always great. Does make it harder for our out of because I again it'd be probably on Oahu, but it does make it a little bit harder. But um, Jen sent out a little after action a press release here and had folks reporting a little bit from Mililani Middle, Kaimuki Middle. Kaimuki Middle, that's great. Lanai High and Elementary was also there, so it's it's good to see those participants. And one obviously has Interact Club with Mililani Middle, but I think Kaimuki Middle would be a good one. I didn't even I didn't even know where Kaimuki Middle is. I know it's so bad for me, and I live right around this area, or I went to school around that area. But good to have folks represented, and I hope we'll see some more middle school Interact clubs be a part of this program. Next year, though, I think it will be kind of on the committee. I don't know what Joanne's status is. Her 3-year cruise got delayed, right? So maybe she'll be back for next year's Ryla. Who knows if that 3-year cruise is going to happen? But maybe we can work with her to see if we can do some in-person parts of this program, maybe on all the different islands. So appreciate that, all the hard work that committee has done for the junior Ryla folks.
So Ryan, I can share my screen so people can see what schools there were. So these are the schools that were, we had 24 people, and surprisingly, we had everybody come. There was only one that didn't show, but we had an extra person, so we actually had we didn't have any no shows, so we're good. But yeah, a lot of Kaimuki, but surprisingly, that Lanai school, they had 4 from Lanai.
Yeah, great to see Ka'u on there, and even Ke Likolani school as well, as always. So very good. New Valley, great. So good. It's a good distribution again, but I think we do want to recognize that there is a lot of effort on the part of the committee and everyone involved, and so the more we can promote this and make this well attended, we do need to focus on that next year. And I think Wes, your suggestion to have an in-person component of it is always a good thing, because all the other Rylas now are back in person and are doing quite well. So appreciate all your hard work, though.
So if we do in person, I think every island would need to organize that on their island. And maybe we should ask everybody what that has a middle school Interact. Is the timing not good, or should we continue a virtual? Like June, what do you think?
I think this is the first year you had it during the break. So I don't know, that's just like a starting year. But yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of like you need more practice with it.
There was some recommendations, and the committee took them to move it to the middle of the week, but during the break, to try to free up some kids. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, you're gonna, every time you do something to change the schedule on time, you're gonna gain some kids, but you're gonna lose some kids. So it's a hard thing to do during the break, specifically for the kids. One of my thoughts was, I don't know if like you could even just do it as a part of the senior Ryla, but just make it like an in-day person component of it, like one day, some of the middle school students, so maybe there's like a virtual piece, a little bit before, but then during the actual senior Ryla, in-person Ryla, maybe all the different islands can host their junior Ryla students for just a day or a little while. Always maybe a way to make it a little bit more interactive too. So some things for the community to think about. Wes and Joanne are the co-chairs, and always doing a great job. So appreciate it. And I know they're trying a lot of different things to try to get folks to sign up and attend. And I think, the benefit over the last few years has been apparent, and I think we'll continue to see the benefit. But we will continue to make improvements and adjustments and try to reach out to more and many more students as we can. All right. Any questions on junior RILA? All right. I'm going to go into a couple of things here. One, first, I'll just give a quick update on, and I stopped sharing screen, but my agenda is pretty short anyway. I did want to just thank folks that did make it out to Hawaii Children and Youth Day on October 1st. So that was the beginning of this month. It's it was a successful event. Great work by Susie Chun Oakland to get all of that together. I thought the booth went very well. It was nice to have the kids stop by and pick up the flyers and learn a little bit about Rotary, but also meet some of their Interact comrades over at Roosevelt and their friends. I was able to get about 6 students from Roosevelt to help man the booth for Children and Youth Day, and so I know they enjoyed it. They've done it for Honolulu Sunrise in the past, so it's simple to get them out there. But just wanted to say thanks, and hopefully we have other future opportunities to do this for Rotary. It was an opportunity for us to share about Rotary as a whole, and I think some students did come back, and I know I gave my contact information out to a couple of folks that were at schools that didn't have Interact clubs, but were interested in finding ways to be involved in Rotary, be involved in Interact, and so I think there's going to be opportunities for that. For those of you that don't know, our club, Jerry is on the call here. We are going to be attending the Schools of the Future conference. That's going to be in November. We are, I think I mentioned this a couple of meetings ago, going to be representing Rotary District 5000, although our club is kind of spearheading that effort because of Robert Landau's connection to the event and other various factors. But it will be a well attended event, and we're excited to be able to spread the word about Interact, Rotaract, and all the different scholarship opportunities and programs and all the different things that youth service really does. And so that is coming up. Jerry, I don't know if you want to share anything. I don't want me to put you on the spot, but it is, I think, going to be something that's going to be beneficial and valuable to the district in terms of spreading the word about Rotary programs.
Yeah, this is the only event that has all of the charter schools, all the DOE, all the private schools, all the schools in the state will be represented there, as well as administrators, the educators. There'll be parents. There'll be all of the organizations that provide support to the schools. Additionally, it's my intent and my hope to be able to help some of the teachers who are there understand the value of sponsorship, as well as to help them realize the benefits of actual Rotary, becoming a Rotarian, being part of the organization. So it's a unique opportunity. It happens every year, just no one's thought to do this. And so we're looking forward to utilizing it to really build a statewide presence for Rotary youth programs. And a soapbox.
Appreciate it. We did, and Jerry, please here, but we did have some flyers. We did have some kind of collateral material, promotional material that I've had from the various things. I took some to, there was a student leadership conference that the DOE held back in the summer. It was June 20 of this year. Then we took some of those materials over to the Children and Youth Day event earlier this month. If there's anything if anybody has any promotional material about Rotary,
yeah,
Jerry, I think we're still able to bring some of that over to the booth, have that be a part of the booth giveaways or whatever it is. So
absolutely. And we're hungry for that material. I'm going to, I've got the PDFs you sent me. I'm going to go ahead and have a bunch of the documents printed as well as have them available via QR codes so they can be downloaded, which is how the bulk of the conference is transferring information. So any information that any of our member clubs have got, or even our administration, is very welcome for us to be able to use to promote our programs.
So, it could be as simple as maybe Jerry, and I don't mean to make this more difficult for anyone, but it could be as simple as maybe each club has on their webpage a little blurb about their Interact Club, and maybe there's a QR code you just give us that sends us to that webpage, and then you can say, if you want more information about Pearl City High School's Interact Club, here's the QR code. If you want more information about this stuff, here's the QR code, right? And so it could be as simple as that to promote your even your own Interact clubs.
Exactly. I think it's a great idea. And one of the things I'm going to have a map of where all the locations of all the clubs are, and then the list of the Interact clubs that we've got out there, so that I just believe we're one of those really well kept secrets that is an opportunity for us to kind of shine a light on what we do and who we are. That's a great idea about QR codes.
Yeah, so we're not, I can't guarantee you a lot of things right now on this particular one because Jerry's really in charge of it and the master of all things related to this conference. But we'll do our best. I think the goal is not to have, obviously 100 different flyers out there at the event that everyone has to grab one copy. The QR code makes it very easy for us to share your information on a large scale.
Yep.
So yeah, Dick, you had a question.
I don't know, maybe you should know what we're doing. Pearl City Complex, IA Complex. We have 18 of the 22 schools in both complexes, private and public. We're only missing one in Pearl City, that's Children's House. There's 3 in IA. We're integrated with the elementary traditioners, feeder up to the intermediate, Highlands Intermediate. The student councils are Interact Club. They won the best student council in the nation award. Pearl City High, they're gonna get recognized November 1st by the city council for their program they did with Ukraine. And we are embedded pretty heavily in the schools. At Pearl City High, Barry Villamil, he's on the Leadership Academy, he's on the Culinary Academy. They asked him, along with 2 other people, to be on a board, and they selected 2 principals for the Pearl City Complex schools. And he was on the board to select. So we're very much involved in a lot of these schools, and 4 more schools, and we'll have every school in IM Pearl City.
So if you could provide me a summary of that information, that could be very valuable for our educators and our administrators to see that there is already a very active network that's working together with these schools. That could be very valuable. That could be very powerful information.
Yeah, and the especially elementary schools are begging to work with us. They really are, and so we're bringing our programs to them right now.
So, okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot to share. Obviously, my mind is always, exploded with too much information many times about what all the great things you guys are doing. So the best way, and Dick, thanks for sending me that information today. You send it to either me or Jerry or whoever. Me is fine because you guys all have my email address, but send me whatever you want to share. But again, it's going to be easier for us to do this if you do it via like a landing page on your website or something like that, where you can give us the QR code, because we could have a big board that just has a bunch of QR codes about
exactly
specific things that you want to see, and so you want people to see, and so that's going to be an easy way for us to spread the word.
If you go to if you go to mypearlcity.com, virtually everything we do is based on there, along with a lot of other things for it's all there. That's our PR.
Okay, great.
Can
awesome.
Can we do a pop-up banner?
We can do a pop-up banner, sure. It's did we order one for the district?
No, but let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
We
do
we
it.
thought
All
about
right.
that. Great idea. We did order tablecloths, and that was an adventure in itself. But we do
We-
have Rotary District tablecloths for this event.
We can do it, Naomi. I been told in the past my committee has zero budget, so if we do have some budget, we can definitely do it.
Well, you do have $100, but you know,
Okay.
Hey, I'll contribute another 100.
My company can throw in some money too, so it's fine. Let's order something. So Jerry, let me find out. I can probably get a rush on it through some of our graphics folks and a discount. So it's just a matter of graphically of how we want to do it. Maybe I can ping you, Naomi, about what you would like to see, because this will be a district banner. It's not going to be
Exactly.
It's not going to be any particular club or even a youth service banner. I think we'd want it to be just a district banner here.
we
All
did,
right.
we did have a brochure for the district, and we did have people interested in knowing more about Rotary. So you can have some of those brochures too.
Thank you.
Yeah, send them over. Send them over. So when I share this recording, hopefully folks see it, the call here to action and send over, some of that information over to us, Jerry. Again, my email address, ryanc@g70.design. Rick, I saw your hand up earlier. Did you have anything you want to ask?
It's pretty obvious. Just includes Ryla, right, for the different islands.
Oh
You
yeah,
have the,
I already sent the flyer over to
Okay.
that. So the flyer
Yep.
was always going to be a part of it. Yep.
and that QR code, the big one that I sent you, you could use that if you want.
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
And now that we have the registration for the other islands, we will definitely make those part of it as well. Thank you.
Cool.
Is this indoors or outdoors?
Indoors. It's at the convention center.
Okay.
Great.
So I actually presented Ryla, Gail set it up from Big Island 2 years ago when we were online, but it was very, very poorly attended then. This will be much, much better than that was. It's good energy. The folks that are coming are great. So good. Glad you guys are doing it. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Last on my agenda and a little sorry. Before I move off to the Schools of the Future conference, for all of our Maui, Big Island, Kauai clubs, please. I mean, this is a conference that should be attended by all islands, right? And so please include you guys are also included, and please send me whatever information on your clubs that you'd like to promote at these events, because you'll have educators and folks from from Maui and the Big Island and other islands is there as well there. So please don't forget and don't feel left out, because we really want all of you to be a part of it. But the last thing I did have on my agenda was a little selfish of me. It's something that came into my email box specifically for Campbell High School. And so I know Cindy Smith over at Eva Beach and others have been trying to get a Campbell High School Interact Club together and kind of had a lot going on there at one point. But did get a request to join a Campbell for Causes event. And I don't know if anybody is familiar with it, but someone from the High School Student Association reached out to the Youth Services email address. And so I wanted to know if any particular club here in the area or in the district was interested in hosting a booth at this event, so we can show what Interact does for students at the school. It's a showcase to the student body, all members at Campbell High School, or all students at Campbell High School. So it is in December, so we do actually have some time for it as well. So I am interested in responding and saying Rotary District 5000 will be there, but at the same time, I would like to know if anybody here being a part of this youth service committee, anyone in the area of Campbell and Eva Beach, anyone from Eva Beach Rotary Club would be willing to help be a part of this booth and part of the planning. I think with the work that kind of started again with the student leadership conference, then going to Children and Youth Day, now going to Jerry with the Schools of the Future conference. There'll be plenty of material to be had at this December 15th event over at Campbell. And I think it is a great way to, they basically opened the door for us because we've been looking to start that Interact Club over at Campbell. And now they're inviting us over to basically their student organization fair, if you can call it that, almost like a career fair. So
What time is it at?
it's on December 15th from 10:40 a.m. to 11:25 a.m. I will reach out specifically to Eva Beach Club, but Jerry, feel free to Rick, feel free to reach out to Cindy. I know you know the folks over at Eva Beach pretty well too.
Well,
I'll reach out to
they'll
them.
help out. They'll help out, I bet.
Definitely. I'm
Tracy
sure
and
they
those
would.
guys.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we will have people. I will sign up for it, but if anybody again wants to or can help support this thing, we'll definitely be looking for your support. I just see this kind of growing exponentially, and we'll be probably asked to attend a bunch of different types of these things in different schools. But I think it's good. And I think if we have the support of this committee and the support of all of the youth service chairs around the islands, you know that you're not alone, and you can get the support and the resources you need to promote Interact and Rotaract and other things around your schools and your areas. That's really why I'm around too. So just to help everyone do those kind of things. So
again, for Joseph Campbell, my cousin is Donna Dei. She's the vice principal. The problem, so Naomi and I tried to help. Was it a couple of years ago that we tried to help with the Interact piece? And it was really, the hard thing is just finding the teacher that has time. I think though now, talking to Donna, we were at a memorial service a few weeks back. They're really anxious to kind of do more with the kids because the kids need more right now, and the mental health issues are so high. The timing is really good right now, so I think you'll be welcome. I would help out, but I'm Santa Claus at 10 o'clock that day for elderly affairs for an end of the year function. So I'm available for Shaka Santa Claus if anybody needs it.
All right, we'll take a picture and we'll share it at the event.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. Again, it was more of a kind of a selfish ask of me to see if folks were available or could help on this thing. But I definitely will pass it over to Eva Beach. But I think I just want to make sure everyone here on this call also knew that my role as chair and this role as this committee is really to support everyone here. And if you have an Interact, I got a couple of other requests to help. Campbell, I know Wailua was looking to start some clubs back up. Wailua was looking to start some clubs back up. I'm happy to do presentations. I'm happy to also speak over at different schools and other stuff. But it'd be great to get all of you involved as well, and for you all also to know that the district can help support you if you're interested in trying to find more resources to make your clubs more active as well. So all of that's happening, and appreciate everyone's support. And we'll get this Campbell for Causes will be represented there, and hopefully we can find a faculty member willing to be that faculty sponsor for the Campbell Interact Club. I know a couple of faculty members there, so I'll really push on them when this event does occur. So all right, with that, I actually think I covered everything I wanted to cover today. If there's anything else anybody want to bring up, otherwise, like I said earlier, I was hoping to let everyone go a little bit early this evening. Anyone have any last announcements though?
Can I share a picture?
Sure.
Okay, so we have this tent, yeah. So the tent is the district's tent. So if people want to borrow it, and this was at the children's fair, and we had the stormtroopers come and visit us at our tent. It was a lot of fun.
Well, the flyer is pretty nice that you had. I'm sorry, the banner was pretty nice too that you had on the tent.
Oh,
back
okay.
behind the stormtroopers. There's a banner there.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool too.
Okay, well, I've got that banner here in my house right now.
It was a fun event. It was great to see all the kids there really enjoying their time out. I brought my son. He had a blast. If you saw that picture again, I was facing away from the camera because he was afraid of the stormtrooper. But but he had a blast. And I think when when we can, whenever we can be out there spreading the word, I think it's a good thing. And so appreciate everyone's help getting that event together for Children's Youth Day. It really kind of came together in the last week, but Rick and Naomi, appreciate all your help to
Well, we
get that together.
were working on it for a while. So actually, while I was standing there with Susie Chano, she said, Rick, I've got a dream. My dream is to have all the leaders in the world sign a peace treaty in front of these kids. And I said, you know what? We have Rotary International is coming here. Maybe we could do something with that. So I'll just put that out there. I said, it is a possibility. Sandy was there. I know Naomi, you were there. So, that's something we could grow. And Susie Chun Oakland, she's got a lot of connections. We could maybe do something with that. So just put that out there. It was a cool event. A lot of stuff like that was going on. Yeah.
A lot of great ideas. All right. Appreciate everyone's time. I'm gonna end tonight a little early, and I will see you all in a month. But again, just a recap. One thing is, again, be on the lookout for that HRYF stuff. Should be coming up here in the next part of this early November, because it is happening quickly. Like I said, like Rick said, 116 days away from RILA, HRYF, a whole bunch of other things. February is always our most busy month. So please just be on the lookout. All right. All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy your Monday night.
Have a good evening.